Imagine a 2-year-old boy sitting in a room full of laughter, energy, and noise. But from him, some sounds, mostly silence, and a mind lost in observation. While other kids his age were starting to string words together, he could speak a single word. By 2.5, his vocabulary was still nearly non-existent. For years, his voice was trapped inside a cloud of mumbling, and he had to fight for every single word. First, it was just one clear word. Then, two words are put together. Colors he knew and toys he liked were used to make the words red car. Then three words. To learn to talk, he had to draw pictures and paste photos in a diary weekly. First, he was naming the incidents, pointing at things he would know. Then slowly, months later, he would explain what happened in the photos that week. He had to piece his word together through everyday incidents just to finally make a simple sentence by the time he was 5 years old. It was homework for him to learn to talk, while it was a natural part of learning for many others. That kid is me. I'm Thinuk and I'm 13 years old. Growing up with a speech delay means your mind runs at 100 miles an hour, but your mouth feels stuck in concrete. I was a better observer than a good communicator. My journey wasn't a sun miracle. It was a grueling, daily mountain climb, guided by incredible speech therapists, parents, teachers, and friends. I was advised to learn only one language to avoid confusion. Because speaking was a battlefield, I looked for other ways to master language. Since I couldn't speak easily, I was pushed to write. At 6 years old, I found my footing, becoming the best in my class at writing both English and Sinhala. At 7.5, I was obsessed over chess videos. My parents encouraged me to make videos for YouTube, my first public words. At 11, I developed a liking for books, pushing my reading comprehension to a significantly higher age level. I forced myself out of my shell, transitioning from a shy kid who joined a social group of younger kids at 10 to actually leading that very same social group by 12.5. But behind every milestone was relentless, exhausting work. From the age of 9 to 13, my life involved writing paragraphs using specific, difficult vocabulary. There were moments when I was angry. Why have I got to do all these exercises and homework? Weekly, I had to give 2 to 3 speeches, record it on video, and send it to my therapist for feedback. Think about that. Doing the one thing that you are challenged weekly and staring at your own struggles recorded on camera. Which brings me to where I stand right now on a TEDx stage, a platform I used to watch on YouTube, not knowing that I would ever stand and deliver my story at 13 years old. If I am being completely honest with you, preparing for this was terrifying. The stage fright was paralyzing. I kept thinking about the risk of reputational damage. What if I trip over my words? What if I make a massive mistake? What if I freeze? And it lives on the internet forever for the whole world to see. Publicly sharing my challenges may haunt my future as well. When I shared this fear with my father, he asked me 2 simple questions. He asked, how many people in your life actually know you well? I thought about it and said, about 100. Then he asked, and out of those, how many would make fun of you if you made a mistake on stage. I stopped and calculated. Maybe 10%, but I still don't know how many would make fun of me if I made a mistake on stage. He made me realize that no matter how good you are, there will always be some people who find an angle to make fun of you, and you can't be bothered about them. That was my turning point. I realized I let a tiny 10% dictate my future, while completely ignoring the 90% who will always support me. I realized the pros and advantages of sharing my story, the chance to get positive reviews and truly help someone else who is struggling massively outweighs the cons and disadvantages. The internet is a big place, and yes, it can see this speech. It will be online way beyond my own life. But I'm not going to hide behind my fears or past challenges anymore. My speech delay used to be my greatest weakness. Wait, let me call it a challenge. But the continuous fight to overcome it will make it become my ultimate strength. Every single person watching this, I am sure, has some kind of challenge, a personal fear, an insecurity, or a situation that tells them to stay quiet and hide in the background. But standing on this stage today is my living testament to facing those exact fears. I am here to tell you that your challenges do not define your limits. They build your capabilities. Look at me. I could talk when I was 2 years old. And today, I'm speaking to the entire world. I might not be perfect, but I am doing my best. If I can do it, anyone can. Thank you.